So, all right, what is the normal time now for compassionate citizens? Because it is 11:06 for me. So with this time change, I normally would get something set in my records stating it was 9, which was really 10. Now that we're the shift, so that's why I'm getting now.
All right. And hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Compassionate Citizen podcast. I am Emily, one of the co-hosts along with Kurt Roska. And today we have Marianne of Waikiki joining us. How's life with you, Marianne?
Well, aloha, Emily, and thank you so much. And thank you so kindly for hosting these weekly Compassionate Citizen shows with Transform You Media and our Happy Neighborhood Project Ambassador, Kurt Roskoff. And happy Thanksgiving. We are grateful and want to give gratitude for all this amazing work with Happy Neighborhood Projects, with Edwin bringing us all together and allowing us to have all these amazing events. So I wanted to share with you what a grateful weekend I had. I had a weekend workshop in Waikiki. Leon McLaughlin from the Clean Water Foundation flew over here to meet with us. And my co-writer, Suzanne Sims, returned from Mexico to Arizona for the holidays. So we had several meetings this weekend, and Suzanne has expressed as a compassionate citizen that the location and village on a lake down there in Mexico is in need of filters for clean water, and that people in that area are suffering with kidney disease from arsenic in the water. So I was able to put Leon McLaughlin and Suzanne Sims on a Zoom call Sunday, and they had talked about bringing a filter for a clinic in this village in Mexico. So we are moving forward, and so grateful that I had this weekend workshop to again work with Leon McLaughlin and promoting the Acts of Kindness book series. So I got Greta Gobble on the golf course. She is an app game now as part of my series. She doesn't have her own book yet, Emily, but somewhere down the road she will, but she's got an app game. So you can learn the numbers 1 through 9 on golf balls on a golf course. So how cool is that? So that's what we've been up to. And welcome, Mark has joined us. Mark, would you like to introduce yourself?
Okay, I'm Mark Morrison, and I'm visiting today. I wanted to surprise Kurt. I know I surprised Emily. I'm not surprised because she gave me the link.
No, you didn't surprise me, Mark.
Oh, is Kurt on here?
He will be.
All right,
Certainly
Mr.
here.
Rothkopf.
I don't know.
So,
I think he's taking a week to prepare for his birthday party.
Well, he deserves it. So we are all thankful for all this amazing work that we are doing in Happy Neighborhood Projects as well. So like, again, appreciate Leon McLaughlin and Suzanne Sims for bringing a filter for a clinic in Mexico. They're setting that up now as I speak. And we are just going to set sail tomorrow here in Hawaii, bringing turkey sandwiches and some pupus, what we call over here in Hawaii is really appetizers, and going for a evening sail. So I'm looking forward to getting out on the water again.
And where are you guys? Where are you sailing to?
Well, it's a place, the marina is called La Mariana, and it has a famous restaurant on the property where Mariana had this restaurant. And way back in the day, is what they say, that many local Hawaiians sang and played there. They also created a second a studio to film Hawaii Five-O and Magnum PI on the other side of the island. So it's got a lot of culture in it and a lot of tiki hut kind of things, but it's a small little marina. So we'll be sailing around Sand Island. I haven't done this journey yet. I've been waiting for this captain, a retired Navy airline pilot who has a sailboat over here. So he's on a week's vacation, and grateful that we get to go sail with him. And we're going to go on this journey. And then at the end of next month, I'll be flying over to San Diego. We'll be in port. My captain is sailing the boat down now as we speak. And we're getting all the logistics of information in San Diego. And we have some neighbor friends there too as well that had boats over in Hawaii or over there. So I'll find out what our new itinerary is for 2022. So come sail away with Marianne of Waikiki, and it's going to continue to be whale watching season. So I'm real excited, Mark, to see the different kinds of sea creatures over there in California.
Well, welcome to the state and the city. If you're in town, get my number from Emily. It's okay.
Yeah.
I think she has it by now. Okay. I'm curious. You were, because I came on late. You're going to get this water filter for the people in a certain place where the water is toxic.
Yes.
And I guess the filter would take care of it.
Uh-huh.
And from what I know about water technology, which is not much, but I know about, there are people doing Kangen on HNP, which if you want to get in touch with any one of them, they'd be glad to tell you where to get constant filters.
Well,
Especially-
yeah,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
no, I've had Leon. Leon is actually the founder. He's a designer of the filters, and his foundation is Clean Water Foundation. He is in 35 countries. He's working with Bill Gates, and he's applying for military grants to bring these filters again worldwide.
Good.
I introduced him to my co-writer Suzanne Sims in Mexico for the winter, and she came up to Arizona for the holiday. And we all had a workshop meeting Sunday, and he got the information of where the village is, how many people it's going to service. It's a clinic that they're trying to set this up for, and what we need to do to move forward. So Compassionate Citizens, we're working this weekend. Thank you, mahalo, Suzanne Sims, Leah McLaughlin, Clean Water Foundation, Mariana Waikiki, and Kat Linker, author. So it's going to be amazing 2022. So we'll see the smiles, the healthy smiles in their eyes.
That is what we have to look forward to.
Exactly. So Mark, there's a huge garbage patch between Hawaii and California that's been circulating since 1999, at least, when Captain Moore from Long Beach, California recognized it. He's with Marine Research over there. And I had the opportunity to talk with him actually last year to tell him about my book, Underwater Acts of Kindness, that we dedicated a chapter around him recognizing it in a sailboat race called the Transpac, where they sail every other year over here from Los Angeles to Hawaii, and they recognized it. And Suzanne updated me too. Now there's this young European man who at age 18, who is now 27, has created a machine called Jenny, and it's collecting the pollution. So, this is amazing work that we're doing. And we are going to be creating our third sequel book around these characters, sea creatures, what they've done as a career after tackling the garbage patch in the first book, and climate change involved with it too. So I'm excited for the beginning of the year to work and create with Suzanne Sims And we have a third soundtrack album by Lucy Lynch in the Perfect Wave. And Nick's guitar sounds like whales and dolphins, Mark. So if you get a chance, or anybody else, you can go on Amazon Audible. The book is Underwater Acts of Kindness, and you can hear my voice narrate it, as well as soundtrack by Lucy Lynch in the Perfect Wave of each chapter. And then I take you to the app games for each of the chapter on Apple and Android. So much fun is happening in creativity this past year. And I'm excited to come over and again see the whales and the sea creatures over there, experience San Diego, and sail down to Mexico as well.
Excellent, excellent. So we're going to see you more next week than this week now.
I'm still going to be in Hawaii to the end of the year.
Okay.
You probably will, maybe with Black Friday too. And then when I got to make sure I have internet service over there, so anything can change, Emily and Kurt. So I'm grateful to be on all these different Zooms and Happy Neighborhood Project, but I'm going to be creatively working on a 49-foot sailboat. So if we get internet service, then I will join, and it'll probably be via iPhone and give you up to date. So yeah, you can follow the journey with us, Mark. Anybody.
Okay.
It's kind of like a Facebook book club, but I'm not in Hawaii. I'm going to be in California. So
Okay.
yeah.
I just made the long trip. I made the long trip from Australia to here and came back into today from tomorrow.
Oh my gosh.
That is where they are. They have a whole different agenda for how to run a meeting. Okay, and it's something that I think should be discussed, around the United States, because I think that would increase the attendance for just about every meeting if it can be done correctly. So they give away, the question was which Ian Kingwell was in charge of this meeting. I think it was Australia morning or afternoon, whichever one. I think it was morning. Anyway, the co-hosts were giving, and the participants in the H&P were giving away services regarding their business. Okay, so I would give away selected products to my CBD business. Somebody would give away, Victor Felix may give away parts of his, what he does for coaching. So many people, all the co-hosts were giving away something for free as part of their business. And then Misty Henkel came on and she said, while all of this is really good that you're giving away services to your business, she said, the other part, what would you be giving away? So Marianne, you do this all the time, which is what reminded me of this. You give away free, joyfully and happily yourself. Okay, how you can help people. Emily silently is behind the scenes, and she adds the character to what Kurt does for the Transform You Media Network. Without her, it doesn't happen. She would give away herself, okay, as part of the business, if that was her business. I would give away CBD products, but Misty said, you really give away yourself, okay, for free. You project yourself onto the business, and if you do that, the products that you give are going to come from your heart, and not only of your mind, but it would come from your heart, and people would know that, and that would stimulate them to come back. Okay, so that's something she gave over as part of advice for us when we got in the rooms. Okay, so that's what I was doing. Here was the captain himself. He is back. He is back.
Somebody wanted to surprise you, Captain.
Surprise? What kind of a surprise?
Mark wanted
It's
to
a
surprise
present
you.
of Mark. It's a present of Mark being here. It's the presents.
Yeah, Mark wanted to surprise you with being on.
Yeah, well, thanks for being on, Mark. appreciate the surprise. This is always good to have you.
Welcome. You're welcome. I asked Emily for the link again during the Wisconsin meeting.
So what was that during the Wisconsin meeting?
So do you have an agenda here for today?
He asked
Kurt, or
me.
do
He
you
asked me
want-
for this link, and during the Wisconsin
okay.
meeting.
All right. So Mark, you're asking for an agenda?
No, well, I'm asking if you have an agenda or is this free speaking for today?
Well, I always have an agenda, but I put it aside for free speaking. And if it seems like the free speaking needs a little help, then I bring the agenda in and we kind of keep the compassionate citizens conversation going and lively. So we're trying to do here. And so, and I'm thankful. I see thankful right above Mary Ann's head there, right above the turkey, you know, and I always tell people around H&P, and it fits here, that you are all my favorite turkeys.
Whoa.
Oh man, so gobble gobble gobble. So yeah, we're always doing the 12 o'clock shakedown Central Time, which I don't know if that's 8 a.m. by you, Mary Ann, or even earlier maybe, I don't know, but yeah, we do that every day. I've been saying we're doing the shakedown to burn those calories now, because we're going to be taking them in a couple days. So.
That's right.
So yeah, I put into the chat an exciting development here at Transform You Media Network, the World of Ability Podcast Network. So Mary Ann, Emily, and I were talking to Zita from Pennsylvania, and so she's lived like a half a dozen other places in the world and been of service as I want to say a midwife and stuff like this.
And she's the co-host for Nigeria.
So yeah, Zita's a co-host for Nigeria, and so she does a lot of great work that is intended to be of service to women and in consideration of children, including unborn children. You know, so when women are pregnant, to look at all these things that women deal with in in birthing children, and then after children are born, taking care of children and youth, and things of motherhood, and just otherwise, a lot of topics that are very concentric with what women talk about together. So we're forming a WOW podcast, and WOW stands for World of Women. So it came out of a brainstorm that we have World of Ability on Saturday. So she's trying to figure out if she likes the idea of to have us do another Saturday podcast, or if she's going to look at Thursday. So she's doing some evaluating to look at Thursdays and Saturdays, potentially December 9th or 11th, or December 16th or 18th. So those are the 4 dates. So either a couple of those Thursdays or a couple of those Saturdays to be the first episode of World of Women. And so Mary Ann, I didn't know if you wanted to join Emily in helping Zita emerge the World of Women podcast. What do you think?
When is the date again?
She's needing to decide. She's got a couple weeks to decide if it's going to be a Thursday or a Saturday podcast, and she's open to feedback on the time of day for a Thursday.
What I can tell you is I have been invited at the end of the year, December. I will be flying over to San Diego. I will be on a 49-foot sailboat, and I'll be sailing to Mexico. So I don't know what type of internet service I will be having. So if I am available and can get service, I can be a guest, and I appreciate it. So I'm grateful for that you offered that to me.
Okay, so Emily, join me in keeping Mary Ann in the loop, so we can definitely, Mary Ann, see if we can get you in the December shows, beginning the whole enterprise. And then when you get to sailing, we can work around whether you have internet connection or not. And when you're done with all your sailing, to bring you back after it's that much more of an established show. So yeah, we'll definitely have
What
that.
if I don't want to come back, Kurt? Anyway, no, we're gonna have great fun, Kurt, because we had a great weekend, and thankful that my co-writer Suzanne Sims is in Mexico. She's up for the mainland for the holiday. We just brought a filter to a village that live in a lake that arsenic is in their water, and a lot of the people there have kidney disease. So we just brought in a filter to Mexico. So that was exciting as a compassionate citizen. And Suzanne and I are going to be creating the sequel while I'm sailing away. And it is going to be whale watching season. So there's so much exciting stuff that's going to be happening. So I'd love to share all that good news with you for this new podcast. So thank you again for offering this opportunity.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah, my pleasure. So Emily, catch me up here. Where are we going? We're halfway into this episode of our Compassionate Citizens podcast. Again, I'm Kurt Roskoff, kind of doing what I can to help create these lively shows. But Emily, where are we going with this next half hour? What you got cooking?
Not totally. So at the moment we had Marianne talking about her whole weekend. So what's new in the life of Mark as of late?
So I have a question, Mark. I'm curious with these freebies. I would like a donation of some CBD oil to sail with. I have suffered from neck and back, and want to know if I can get a free sample of your CBD product to sail with.
Well, which oil? So we have to talk.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm saying which oil, not to be difficult. I'm perfectly willing to do that. So yeah, how are we going to talk? You're going to be on a boat and everything?
Yeah, I'm going to be
How is that?
cruising. I'm going to be sailing for at least minimum 3 months.
For 3 months.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so do this. Forward me any easy way that I can communicate with you.
Okay.
Okay, as far as contact info. Okay, and then we'll talk. But just put it in a chat box or LinkedIn. I don't care where you put it as long as I get it. So I don't know if this is exciting yet, Emily, but actually, I guess it's exciting for Marianne.
Yeah, it is exciting. It's exciting
Okay.
for Kurt and I too.
Okay.
Right, Kurt? It's exciting for you.
Well, yeah, I mean, to have our friend Marianne kind of live in that dreamy, place to be, out there sailing away, that Marianne will be, living it up that way, as you say. So, and then,
Yeah, well, I'll be working too, though. I'm promoting the Acts of Kindness book, Underwater Acts of Kindness. It's whale watching season. And again, we can bring all classroom teachers copies of my books. You just need to go on Donors Choose. So anybody can sign up for the books and follow us as well. And again, Kurt, I'm on Amazon and Audible, so you can listen to the story and you can hear the soundtrack by Lucy Lynch and The Perfect Wave now. And then go out and play the app games. So everybody wins.
And I don't know, Kurt, I think, Kurt, I'm going to be very excited to see how many people that, that I can help go to work and support themselves so they can get off the government. Okay? So whether it's state and or local. All right, Marianne, I see it. And your phone will be working?
Yes.
Okay. So actually, we can either, well, we'll talk. And I'll text you. And you give me times that you're going to be available when you get your technology straightened out.
Oh, I'm here. I have technology. I won't be over there. And if you ship it to Hawaii to my business address, then I can have it and I can take it with me on the flight. And I have everything there, everything ready to go. Bags are packed.
Okay, let's see how fast I can get it to you and how fast we can talk about what you need or what you think you need, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, great. Looking forward to it, Mark.
Okay. So let me write that down before I lose it.
And Mark, I want to let you know, Dr. Liddy is planning on having a event at San Diego Hilton. I'm not sure which ones or the dates, and I know she was looking for vendors, and I'm also going to be over there book signing. So maybe something you should talk to Dr. Liddy about, getting a table with your products as well.
Sounds like a great idea. Sounds like a great idea. Let me write your phone number down. That's about all I'm going to use for right now. And so I was saying to Kurt, I know he heard me, but I'm going to repeat it for the public, who's ever listening to this. You know, I'm a believer that whether you're considered disabled or enabled or able, okay, if you're able, you should be able to work and make your money and be free of, and be free to make a choice what you want to do with your life. And if you can do that, then especially for the so-called disabled population, and I'm not like making quotes, Marianne, because I don't know that anyone's disabled unless they have the attitude that they are disabled. Okay, if they have a physical handicap, that's one thing. And if they're not able to work, then that's something else. But if they are able to work, if they can handle what they need to do, which I'd love to see Emily do this. However, I do not think she will, but I will try. Hi, Emily, that's a clue. That's a hint. I would like to see anybody who's able to have as much of an opportunity to do 1, 2, 3 incomes as they wish. Okay, because I was made aware to do this by Molly Welch, okay, who overcame, you know, really so much, okay. And another friend of mine in the community who was wearing her colored suit at night, and she still got hit by a car. And yet she's back working, thinking, doing, laughing, you know, still raising her grown kids. You know, and I'm saying she did it, Molly did it. I want to give everybody the chance to do it themselves. That was the only thing, because I'm not going to make any money off of these people. They will make money for themselves. So really that has to be said, because it's going to be all residual income for them and everybody else anyway. So I would love to see anyone who's able, okay, to do it and to get out there and make some money for themselves. And when they're ready to sit down and stop, their mind and bodies tell them to stop. Okay, think about it. Kurt's going to hit 50 next week. And then about 30, 40 years, his mind and his body will tell him to stop. You've done it. Same way with you, Marion. When you're 120, your mind and your body will tell you to stop. Okay, we all face that eventually. And I want everybody to see that they can do this. Okay, that they can do this. And that's what I'm basically wanting to do. So that's the whole reason why I'm pushing. And that was the whole reason why I've been pushing Kurt for about 2 months now. And I talked to Anna Maria, and she's dropping emails to people that she knows that might be interested, and they could do this. And I know the world she comes from. So she's emailing it around. So thank you, Kurt, for letting me do this on your space and in your media. And it's not just Captain or Commodore, it's friend. Okay, you are a friend to these people, which is better than a captain or a commodore or a president or anything else for that matter. And you're their friend. And you're making it possible for me to talk to you, Anna Maria, to Emily, to Marianne, to anybody else. They can go to work. Okay, think about it. You may not have to worry about them anymore, Kurt, because now they can go to work. Okay, they're not going to live off the government. They're not going to have to, as the means of survival. They can do it themselves. So that's really what motivated for me to be a pest these last 2 or 3 months. So, and Emily, I'd love for you to join us. It's up to you. I will not push you except to let you know that I want you to join. Okay,
Okay.
I'm done.
Well,
Thank you.
thank you, Mark. Kurt and Marianne, what are your thoughts on what Mark just
Well, I think it is, and thank you. Yeah, I know. It's also too, it's permission to come on board and permission to stop. And your mind, body, and spirit tells you that. And I will, what I do is sign language interpreters. Our hands, our bodies are shifting and our minds cranking, translation. And it can take a toll on our bodies, just like an NFL quarterback, right? And but the cool thing we were talking about this weekend with Leon and Paz is like you're a genius, and women, most geniuses are acknowledged or recognized when they're in their 50s, Kurt. Seriously, go online. Most of the geniuses or inventors were in their 50s. So what are you gonna be a genius about, Kurt? And I know I have 200 folk man's puppets to work with. And I know that this creativity doesn't stop with me because I do have vertigo and neck pain, but I know when I lay down in bed, I know how to meditate. I've trained my brain and I come up with these app games. So I know that's going to help with future Alzheimer's or dementia. And so, I've had to train my brain and all that, just like this morning, even though the body didn't want to go, and the sciatica and sitting in the hot tub over the weekend and stuff. But I just go, okay, put on that Vibes Up eye mask that helps you meditate, get organized again, get up and shake it off, right? Shake down, shake it off. And your future looks bright. So, even too, talking with my girlfriend Kat, we're both she was in an auto accident. I myself had an SUV drive through a hotel lobby behind me. So prayers out to the people in the parades of Wisconsin. I know what it's like. And but we know that we have a future that we can move in and as buddies, roommates, girlfriends, entrepreneurs into single living that will help accommodate to us as special needs or with persons with disabilities as well, and give us some alleviation in regards to searching for an apartment or anything that happens. It's senior 55. So we're looking forward to that next year. So that was a good feeling to shift all that happiness and information with each other, knowing that we do have a future and a place, as well as I'm gonna be a genius entrepreneur here, Mark. So we've only just begun. I just need the funding. And Leon is talking. Yeah, Kurt, I want to tell you too. After I told him more some of the ideas and the concepts with these characters with having a hearing impairment, as well as the general of the New Earth Army who tackles the Great Pacific Garbage Back in my book, Underwater Acts of Kindness, that's on Amazon and Audible, and soundtrack by Lucy Lynch in The Perfect Wave, that the general of the New Earth Army, what does he do after he retires, right? Just like military and civilian.
Yeah.
So this sequel book will have characters are what are they doing now kind of thing. And there's updates, and there's a new inventor that created that machine, Jenny. It was in USA Today that Suzanne is really passionate about connecting. And I hope that Suzanne and Maria connect also too, so we can start talking for 2022 about bringing these to filmmaking. Suzanne is just so excited and passionate about all this next new book and how we can approach Hollywood and do this and do that. And I'm just real excited that I have our energy to do that. So we got great works to be happening. And again, we just need the funding. And Kurt, I wanted to have a talk with Leon because he's got some connections to some grants too, that we can intertie the Clean Water Foundation and the Acts of Kindness series. And so, and I'm out sailing, I'm going to continue to do those app games. So I'll have the completions of the books and then we can focus on the screenplay. And I hope to meet the retired Navy comedian over there in Los Angeles as well as too, that I posted for funding for Indiegogo. So we're not going to give up. And it's okay. And I'm just, if we're going to go this way or that way, I don't know, but I still have lots to work on. And again, if I'm laying and letting my body relax, the vertigo, the sciatica, I got sparks in my head that are flying and go, okay, here's the next game. Here we go. So train your brain, Mark, right? Train your brain and be a present. So Kurt, you were turning 50. What kind of super genius are you going to be, Kurt? Are you going to be a superhero? Captain Kurt, the ambassador, what kind of genius are you going to be in your 50s?
Well, I mean, if you're talking superheroes, I have my ready alter ego.
Yeah.
That is Special K. So
I love it.
kind of get our Special K garb going here and be the superhero that you're looking for. Otherwise, I know one of Denise's favorites is I have another alter ego. So I got my multiple personalities here. And so we can do something that's fun with Zeke, so we can get together with Zeke and like have a Zeke fest for my birthday. So you all can decide, tell me who you want me to be and I'll be who you want me to be.
Well, I think Zeke looks like he's got a golfing outfit that he should play the Greta Gobble on the Golf Course app game on Apple this weekend and learn the numbers 1 through 9 on the golf course and test your skills of reading the numbers. And so Zeke, huh? Where does Zeke live? What does Zeke do? I haven't seen Zeke yet.
Oh, Zeke is a disruptor and just really gets people wondering what's going on. And so Zeke is just, is just a character that keeps people on edge and, just has people trying to follow, like, what's about to happen and, just really drawing in that participation. And, this whole idea of spreading happiness, like the Happy Neighborhood Project, Zeke just loves that. So, having parties, the idea of parties keep the world going around and all these things of cultures and customs and ethnicity, ethnic culture, the world is the oyster, things like with Walt Disney, like Imagineering and, all this wow stuff. Like we just created the, wow podcast plan, World of Women, this is all stuff that, Zeke is there consulting me on how to bring this to all of you. Zeke is just like this amazing element that, I'm still learning from. So it's good stuff.
Well, Kurt, we need some input. Have Zeke read chapter 3, Glow in the Dark Party, because that's where I'm at right now with Underwater Acts of Kindness. So any type of Zeke feedback would be great to get this little sparks going so I can push the button with my Fiverr team and go, let's go out and play and start this new app game today. And set sail too while we're there and just push them all out. So I just we're just getting organized in our head too. So and again, the series is we are grateful and thankful for everybody from being in the military and being of service, because there's 450 million hard of hearing deaf people worldwide now, and that means a lot of military moms and dads are coming home from being of service who can't hear their children or grandchildren this Thanksgiving. So we want to be thankful and have all of them start playing the Acts of Kindness series game. And we want to introduce all these amazing people with our creativity and ideas of the Acts of Kindness series. So mahalo for all this great work, Kurt.
Thank you very much. And mahalo to you as well for all of your great work. And I like what you're doing, Mark. And, what I want to see, if I can ask for something between the two of you, the Mark and Marianne combination with what you're doing, Mark, kind of creating this platform where we can bring people forward and they can learn through what you do every day. I'm picturing that, okay, Marianne's going sailing for a few months. So to me, if we're taking this platform and we're using this system to its fullest extent, Marianne should be able to be out there sailing and maybe not have any internet connection, maybe at a moment where there's no telephone connection, no nothing, but yet we can work with you, Mark, to say that all of us that are working together, including with the Acts of Kindness Project and so forth, that, Marianne has kind of built a mantra with us earlier this year. It's a service support team, right, Marianne? So I'm picturing, Mark, that's the test I'd like to run, like a New Year's resolution is, can Kurt and Zeke and Wally and Special K and Emily and, people from the Happy Neighborhood Project, can we gather together to demonstrate how this system works, how we connect into the business, and how we can get people participating and learning how the system works, and to eventually be on this journey where they start to learn about a product and they start to learn about these things that are there to help their life and their health and well-being. And plus they're getting leadership development. They're getting insight on how to run a home business. And they're getting this help from you, Mark, because Mark, I've heard you say, if I've got this right, that we can lean on you like an educator. You can mentor us and you can facilitate and you can guide the way. So if people aren't sure what to do, that we can get with you and have meetings, and you will share what you've been doing across 2020, 2021, and, in this time with the company. And does that seem possible, Mark, that we spend a month to be prepared for when Marianne is sailing, and we can report that even though Marianne's sailing, the organizational progress through what we're doing with you, Mark, is growing for Marianne, that she might come back to us 2 days later and it's like, okay, what happened? Oh, you know what, Marianne? 10 people became interested in doing this with you.
No, absolutely. I love it, Kurt, because I was talking to Mark Segal too. I would like to get tracksuits too, to get some sort of sponsorship for us to sell, especially with Clean Water Foundation and Mark's charity work, his CBD products too. We want as many people to sponsor us, support us. I don't know all the details how to do it. And then guess what, Kurt? I was out and a couple, I think it was last week, was Nicholas, and we were on Texas, and they were, and you too, were calling me a Valley girl. Well, California, SoCal is not really quite what I am. Okay. So we're going to leave with a message when I go sailing, and they already have the t-shirts over here. It's called Leave Me Aloha. So you're going to leave me aloha for a couple of months. Okay. I'm ordering the shirts. I'm going down. I'm getting one for the captain too. Leave us aloha.
That is good. Leave me aloha. All
There you
right.
go.
See, that's the stuff that Zeke likes. Zeke just eats that stuff up. Leave me aloha. All right. We're gonna join you in using that coined phrase.
Yeah, we're gonna start using that phrase now.
Yes, please do. I saw it on a t-shirt. I'm going to get the t-shirt and wear it. Or if not, a coffee mug. We were down at the staycation this weekend, and the guy had the bartender, coffee shop guy, it's a cafe, and it says "Leave me aloha." So I'm trying to get shirts. So I'm going to go get shirts.
All right. You know what, Mark, you know what it makes me think of? Marianne, Mark was on with us last week, and he makes a remark that he shares with me, that he saw me doing the shakedown on Facebook, and then what happens? It's like Well, maybe you can exercise on your own time rather than our time. So I feel like the shakedown with some gets that stamp of leave me aloha. Maybe we don't need to see you doing the shakedown, Kurt.
No. That was
Now,
just
now
a
you got me
flow.
excited. I'm ready to go down and leave and go shop down there. I found a dress too, a sailing dress to. I gotta have the whole ensemble, and I need a new tracksuit with everybody Happy Neighborhood logo on it, Kurt. Everybody who wants to put their logo on it, I will be wearing a tracksuit or somehow with something with their names on it. So let's look into that. If I can get a tracksuit by January. Well, January I would be with Dr. Liddy too. So
So, Marianne, have you connected to Zach Clayton out of Colorado with Community Pay It Forward? Basically, Emily got Onward and Upward is on his, on his collage. There's probably a better name for him. You can call it a collage of logos. And I'm picturing with Zach Clayton that maybe acts of kindness could be on his backdrop, being one of the projects that could be contributed to through Community Pay It Forward.
Yeah, it's his virtual background of all his organizations.
it's the And Clean Water Foundation as well too. We want to get Leon set up, Emily, with your HNP nonprofit as well. So.
Okay.
And so what I'm picturing,
And
Marianne,
he's got several people on his team. So if he can't be available all the time, I'm sure there's somebody there. So
so Marianne, what I'm picturing is that if you could create something with Zach, that with what you're saying about having kind of like what he's doing, having a bunch of organizations represented at once, it sounds like that's what you're talking about. So maybe it could be a Community Pay It Forward thing that you're doing, and you and Zach work out a display of all of us culminated together, and that you do what you're talking about with having us all displayed like you're talking about. It sounds cool.
yeah, or on a sailing shirt. Everybody's
shirt, yeah. So it sounds like Zach's our guy. Hey, Zach can help you know what to put on your back.
Zach's got my back. But leave me
what's
alone.
on my back? It came from Zach.
Aloha. Leave me aloha.
Yeah, leave me aloha. See what's on my back? It came from Zach.
Leave me aloha in the front, and it came from Zach on the back.
Zach on the back. There we go. But don't call him a monkey. He doesn't want to be known as the monkey on our backs.
Is that your phone?
Monkey like Mr. Davis.
Let's see here. I'm getting a call from Denise Vargas. I got an invite to go to the Australia B-Day party. Apparently I missed that. But maybe in a couple minutes, Emily, maybe we could get Denise to come on this Compassionate Citizens podcast, and she can help us say goodbye. What do you think?
Yeah, sure. He's able to come on.
So I'm going to
say a few things.
I do need to talk to you after we leave this podcast, though. Yeah.
Yeah. Kurt, at 2:00 Pacific time, which is in 6 minutes, I'm going to call CTFO and I'm going to get some of the information I need. So maybe Denise can take my place.
It's up to you. Yeah, if you want to get on the CTFO stuff, that's
fine.
If
I don't do it today, if I do not do it today, it's not going to get done tomorrow because they're going to be so busy because they're down for Thursday and Friday. And so I don't want to just like do this. And I have other things to ask about too. So, I want to get, Anna Maria wants the details regarding how to sign up for the nonprofit. And I'm going to find out how I'm an associate would sign up for that. So that's what I need to do today. So So
Okay.
I'll have that on my mind. Let me do that. And
Okay.
I guess I won't see you guys until Monday.
Yeah. Well, we'll look forward to that. Enjoy the days ahead of you, and we'll come back Monday just really pouring it on. We'll be all rested up, and we'll really be craving getting back and diving into all this stuff. So it'll be good.
Yeah, and then Tuesday you're gonna guide me through the world of the internet so I can attend your party, correct?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's gonna
Okay.
be good. Zeke
right.
Fest. Tell everybody about Zeke Fest. It's happening on Tuesday. Come aboard.
Is there a real person named Zeke, or is that one of your alter egos?
I call it an alter ego. What it is when I was 6 years old, a neighbor of my grandparents was visiting with my grandparents, my parents, and my siblings, and there was something about my name, and the neighbor got to the point where he just couldn't shake it that he wasn't convinced I made a good Kurt. He's like, you know what? You're more of a Zeke. So from then on, he called me Zeke. So I have this particular person in my life that for whatever reason, I was more Zeke than Kurt. And so as I learned about what it was about me that made me, I was a child. I was a youngster, and
Yeah,
it was
Yeah.
influencing me. So I have this Zeke in me, guys. And sometimes he comes out and he's kind of like, wow, what just came out of Kurt? Well, that's Zeke, folks.
So if Zeke could be an animal on the planet, what kind of animal would he be?
Oh, I'm
Oh,
thinking something. I think
Okay.
of like another nickname I got from my daughter's daycare. Back a decade ago, they called me Mr. Monkey, and
okay.
so something like a monkey or a chimpanzee or
How about an orangutan with that hair?
orangutan or even a kangaroo would work or something
I
like
think
that.
orangutan.
Yeah, that type of thing. Because the whole thing, his point is that as a youngster, like some people would call it hyper, that I was just I had that little element of craziness and just wondering if I'm a well-behaved boy and that kind of stuff. So it was, and then just my smile, and I just had that charisma as a kid, and I just radiated. And
Yeah, he's the streak of hyper streak.
that's right.
so the wildly creative child
Yep.
became an adult who put his heart and his head into helping people.
Yeah. Yes.
Somehow he grew up, and then I would imagine you knew Sue before you knew Emily, but in your life you really have two significant women. Okay, your daughter's not grown yet. You have two significant women. You have your wife and your virtual assistant, who is the backbone of keeping that part together, and you were the out there one. And Emily is the one that keeps everything grounded, and you're out there leader. So that's your connection professionally.
And I'm the charm. The third one's the charm. Let me
There
be
you
the
go.
charm.
There you
Leave me aloha.
go.
Yeah, that's good stuff. So yeah, the other part to help tie this together is when I started water skiing, the show director chose me and picked me out and developed this thing for the show because he started to like the idea of having a painted face clown as a part of the water ski show. And the only one in the club that he felt he could ask to do it was me. And I think it was that Zeke in me that he was appealing to say, hey, would you be a painted face clown? The clown's name is Wally. And the way Wally's going to be presented in the show is Wally the Water Wacko. So
Okay.
that's how I started my water ski career. So that gives you an idea. If you're trying to find an animal that
I know.
embodies Zeke, you got to find an animal that's crazy in the jungle, like a kangaroo or a tiger or something that's just like all over the place type of animal. That's
All
his-
right.
All right.
Well, then you
I
turn
wanted-
then you
I wanted
turn
to
into
go make a
Ursula's
phone
brother, dude.
What you got, Mark?
Ah,
Are you heading out,
there's
Mark?
so many women in Kurt's life, Emily.
Well, I know H&P has got a thing.
Yeah,
When it's got
but
another.
I was telling Emily,
starting.
there's so many women.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah. If
but I
you
got a
guys
call
got
from
a-
the CTFO.
there's an H&P event going right now.
I just got a thing from Edwin.
It starts in an hour, or yeah, in an hour.
It's 12 o'clock here. It says 3 p.m. PST, which is 3 hours in California.
But
Yeah,
PST
but then
is
it says
9.
6 Eastern, which is 5 here. And
Yeah,
it's
so
only
that's
4
in
right now.
1 hour. How to get the most from?
Oh, go on.
There's how to get the most from H&P and the Happy Co-op, and then there's social media tips, tricks, and hacks for small business owners. There's 2 things
Okay.
in 1 hour.
Yeah.
See, that's why I'm getting.
One of them is
confused.
Fung. One of them is Fung Vo. And that's the first one.
It should be social media tips, tricks, and hacks for small business owners.
Yeah,
That should be Fong's, right?
yeah, I think so. The one that's intelligent, yes.
Yeah, and then how to get the most from H&P and the Happy Co-op. Trying to think, who's doing that one?
That might be Aaron. That might be Aaron.
Aaron. Yeah,
Maybe it's
probably.
Aaron. Maybe it's Aaron.
Is that right, Emily? Do we have that right or do we have that backwards?
I thought it might be the other way around.
Oh, you think Aaron's doing the tips, tricks, and hacks? That's
Yeah.
Aaron Justice,
Mhm.
and then the how to get the most out of the how to get most out of H&P and the Happy Co-op. That's
Right,
Fong, the
Fong.
director of happiness.
That's Fong.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds right. Yeah, Fong was putting leadership on the co-op, so that would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so let's take your pick. Which guy you like best, Fong or Aaron, and have fun.
Zeke, would you tell Kurt to have for him and his family a very happy Thanksgiving, a very peaceful one, and have fun. And Emily, I want you for the cause,
Thank you.
so I may message you every now and then. Marion, I'm not going to promise anything because I don't want to be caught short. I
Okay.
will get in touch with you.
Okay, sounds good. You too. I'm sailing, set sail
Okay.
too. So if you don't hear, we don't connect this week, no big deal. But there's my PO box. So
Okay.
appreciate any type of samples, and we'll talk next week, Kurt, to talk to Zach. Is it about sponsorship? I'll have my head together. And I got the baby orangutan, Kurt Z. I got a baby orangutan. It needs to be
Yeah.
named.
Yeah, when you're showing books, you want to put it right in front of you so that it keeps it away from your backdrop. Yeah, it's still tricky, but yeah, I see it now. Yep.
Okay.
When it's right in front of you, it works better. Yeah.
All right, we'll work on it. We got another books, Kurt. So we got a lot of characters. So we're gonna have you part of it.
All right.
Whole catalog, we'll go through the whole catalog.
If anybody knows how to deal with characters, it's you, Marianne.
Oh my gosh, I'm not sure because I'm having a struggle right now, but guess what? Thank you for protecting me. The military especially, and Honolulu Police Department, rest in peace, Tiffany. We lost her last year. And I met her on Thanksgiving. She wanted copies of my book. She was a book reader. So we appreciate everybody protecting us out there. Prayers for Wisconsin, the families there too as well. And leave me aloha.
All right. So yeah, Emily's doing a little of that. Leave me aloha. She's excited to have a meeting coming up tomorrow. So she's got some preparation to put into an important meeting she's having. So we're
I'm gonna
kind of
send
doing
you
a
over that-
little.
All right, cool. I'm gonna send you over that slideshow now. So
Okay.
I got my head a little bit more attached from the whole weekend staycation and a lot of information and R&R, but not R&R for me yesterday, but anyway. regrouped, and I'm going sailing tomorrow. So, all right, I'm gonna send you that. And Suzanne is back. So I just texted her this morning and said, hey, I got to do this presentation. I may need to upgrade the slideshow. So I'll see what our availability is. Okay. And that's all I can give you because again, there we go. And then this morning, I'm having issues with the tenant.
Hey,
Mm.
Marion, can we stop this?
Oh, we're not on there.
Before-
Oh, okay.
We're still good. Thank you to everybody who.
Issue with the internet. I was having an issue with the internet this morning. That's why I was trying to let you know, Emily. I'm having issues with the internet in
Okay.
regards to I'm getting a lot of emails and it's the time zones. So I sit there and go, oh my gosh, it's starting and then it doesn't. And then I text you and then it's like, so yeah, there's some things on there, even though it says the time zone is totally off.
Oh, okay. But I wanted to thank everybody for tuning in and for Marianne and Mark for joining us and being guests, and to encourage everybody to come back next week and to check out our social media pages. Kurt, do you have any last words?
Always adding in there, feel free to reach out to me, Kurt, K-U-R-T at thedisabilitychannel.us. Text and call 262-372-1754. An easy way to remember it is 262-372-1SKI. And also, please go to transformubroadcast.com/WOA, which is World of Ability, which shows you the World of Ability podcast network that the Compassionate Citizens podcast is a part of. And Transform You as a brand is Transform You, the letter U. So you can also go to transformu.us to see a little bit more on this anchor business that makes all these things possible. The Compassionate Citizens podcast is made possible by and powered by Transform You. We are here to help transform you. Back to you, Emily.
Till next time, everybody.
Aloha.
Leave me aloha.